The NYPD has settled a case for $33,000 after they unlawfully arrested 3 individuals for possession of meth. Now, I say that they unlawfully arrested them because these guys didn't actually have meth. They had Jolly Ranchers that were wrapped in Jolly Rancher wrapping, and they were walking out of a candy store when they were arrested.
Jesus.
Now, the cops had said that they did a field drug test to indicate whether or not the substance was meth, and they said that they did it, and it was meth, right?
What kind of test? I know you got to continue, but
Yeah.
what kind of test could the cops possibly have to do a field test to determine what a drug is? That's this, like you see in the TV shows. That's cocaine. Right? That's the field test. These cops drive around with advanced laboratory equipment to determine whether something is meth? Bullshit.
Yeah,
It's horseshit.
this story had bullshit written all over it.
Also, it's wrapped in Jolly Ranchers wrapping, and they walked out of a candy store. Obviously, and by the way, they originally wanted to arrest 2 of the guys, and then the 3rd guy was like, why are you arresting them? They just have we just bought the Jolly Ranchers right now, and just because that guy was questioning them, the 3rd one got arrested as well. So as I mentioned, the cops did settle the case for $33,000. I'll tell you how that breaks down in just a second. But during the court case, the plaintiff's lawyer said the following, and I love this statement. It's absolutely true. To my knowledge, there's no evidence in the scientific literature that crystal meth looks like Jolly Ranchers or rock candy, other than from the Breaking Bad TV show. Walter White may dictate what drugs look like in TV land, but not the narcotics policy of the NYPD.
Ah, good for Kenneth Smith.
It's a really good statement. After the suit was filed, Smith said he was informed by the city that there was in fact no drug field test performed, and that the cops insisted the district attorney's officer was never told otherwise.
I love that they're like no field test was performed, but so not only did they not perform a test, they lied and said they did perform a test and it came back positive.
Yep.
I mean, they just make stuff up. They just make stuff up because they don't think it'll go anywhere. So I don't know if you want to do a TYT Supreme Court on it, but like, is that worth it? Does it break down $11,000 a guy, or does it?
No. So the way that it breaks down is the 2 guys that were initially getting arrested had warrants out, and they were not drug related. And so as a result, they got smaller chunks of the settlement. One person got $4,000, and
So did the other one.
Oh, so they both got $4,000, and then the 3rd guy who intervened and was questioning why they were getting arrested got $25,000. So good for him.
Let's assuming that your court case is covered, that your fees that you had to hire a lawyer in the first place, maybe you didn't, maybe they just realized it was Jolly Ranchers, let them go. You don't have to hire a lawyer. But all your court cases would you get arrested by the cops for allegedly having meth that was just candy for $4,000?
No, I don't think that it even deserves a Supreme Court. No, I think this is an incredibly small sum. Now, look, they just got arrested. It's not like they were beaten up.
He could, if he had a job, he could have lost the job from being arrested.
But he's probably
in addition to all the other costs.
Probably using meth, though. That's the problem. That's why I wanted the candy.
So
by the way, do it for $25,000?
See, I was going to say $25,000. Then you're having a real question, right? Would I get arrested for $25,000? Yeah, because I can't lose my job. Right. So, but if you're a regular guy, that's really, I mean, how long are you in jail? What else does it imply? And by the way, in the middle of getting arrested, if you're a minority in New York, what's your percentage chance of getting killed or tased, etc.? I mean, the guy who got the $25,000, I mean, the number one way to get arrested by a cop anywhere in the country is to ask him what they're doing, okay? I mean, it's literally happened to me in a false arrest that happened to me. It's happened in almost every single story we cover about cops. If a third party says, hey, what are you guys doing? Boom, you're under arrest.
Obstruction of justice.
Right. And so it's a dangerous thing to get arrested by cops.
Did these 3 guys, do they all know each other? Or did the 3rd guy, so he intervened on behalf of his friends?
Yes, exactly. It's just amazing because I don't know exactly what it was that the cops had. They have, Hispanic sounding names. So I don't know if race has something to do with it, but just think for a second. They're walking out of a candy store and they have candy that's wrapped in the original wrapping. You're a cop, you should know what meth looks like, right? If you are responsible to, basically follow through on our drug laws, right? You should know what the drugs look like.
No, this is a way of the cops saying we're above the law, right? Because the guy who made up a field test I mean, he thinks this is never going to go to my superiors.
Yep.
This is never going to be an issue. I can do whatever the fuck I want to these people, right? Because, I mean, the minute it goes to your superior, he knows there's no field test for meth, right? And he knows that meth doesn't look like a Jolly Rancher. So that's him saying, I do this all the time. I get away with it all the time. I can't believe these guys actually complained about it. So that's the issue here. And by the way, don't judge the two guys that got the 4,000 because there was a warrant out for them.
Yeah, they could
it was it was for a quality of life summons. I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
But it's more evidence of what we know about sort of. Mostly we talk about it with black guys in the system, but like
this guy they could also be black.
They could be black,
they're probably
but I mean,
Dominican.
There's so many guys who just like you got warrants out, like because it's really impossible in certain walks of life to get through your life without running afoul. Like it was we learned in Ferguson. Everybody in fucking Ferguson has a warrant. The whole town has a warrant out for them. That's how they fund a quarter of the town in Ferguson, is through issuing warrants that were, I'm sure you guys did the story on sometime when I wasn't here. It's like 6 times as much as most other cities in Missouri. That's how they make money. Everybody's got a warrant for something.
And quality of life summons is usually something like you were playing music too loud. Ironically, they're handing those out like candy.
Yeah. Right.
And then they arrest you for meth after
And then
they
you're
give
a
it to you.
criminal.
Right.
Then you're a criminal.
Yeah. So, look, I think it's way too little because you got to send a message that don't go around harassing these people for no goddamn reason.